Well, I think the biggest things is really what they're asking for, and what I've heard so far. And we're going to continue listening to folks, and we're going to continue to get out in the community in any which way we can. It's tough right now because of
Yeah.
COVID, but we're going to be there to listen to what folks are saying. And what we've heard so far is they really need help on the economic side of things. That their paychecks are too low, rent is still too high, food is too much, and drugs are just expensive. And so, how do we make sure that we reduce these? And I mean, by prescription drugs. How do we make sure that pharmacare, for example, is something that's a top priority? We keep saying it. Liberals keep talking about it,
Hmm.
and we were probably kids, me and you, when the Liberals probably first promised this. Said, "Yep, pharmacare, let's do it." And look, we're now having to run for office to make sure this happens. And so that has to happen. And our seniors and our elders, they can't afford it. They built a social safety net. They paid their taxes. They paid a lot into this country. Some even went participate in the war for a social safety net that they're not even benefiting from. And so, how do we expand it to make sure that drugs are included? Something so critical to their health. My mom, for example, she's on an oxygen machine. She's a tough woman, tough as nails. She worked her whole life. Single mom. She was widowed when she was raising me. She's tough as nails, but she needs oxygen now in her late life, in her 70s. She now needs to go on oxygen tank. Her drug company just said $200 a month. It went from $25 a tank to $200 a month. She can't afford that. She's on a pension. These things are going to break our seniors, break our elders, and we just can't continue it. So that's a big principle for me, is supporting actual action on pharmacare or any kind of initiative that will reduce the overall cost of our healthcare system. Which kind of brings me to my next point, which is, how do we prevent those things from happening? How do we prevent someone from going into a hospital seeking expensive medical treatment? Because often enough, it's one thing to prop up this really big health institution and take care of all the symptoms of society.
Yeah.
But what we need to start thinking about is how we create a society that transitions to prevention and better living. I think, Sean, me and you know almost best. Indigenous people know best what it takes to really build a community back up once it's been shattered and shattered and shattered. The people of Edmonton-Griesbach are folks who've had a tough go, especially since the 2008 oil crisis, when prices hit an all-time low and folks went bankrupt. The economy blew up here in Alberta, and folks had to really stop and think and say, "Whoa, this oil business might not go forever. This promise from the 70s, it's coming to a screeching halt. Where's our divestment? Where's our diversity? And where's our opportunity?" And that's a question that's still up in the air nearly 15 years later. And that's something we need to offer them as well, is a real plan for green jobs. Alberta is going to always be an energy province. It's always going to be a province that makes sure that the rest of Canadians are getting the power that they need. We're a huge province. We can supply the energy demands. But what's important for Albertans to understand, what's important, and I can say this because I come from the tar sands. I come directly from the area where it used to benefit from oil, no longer does, and now we're left with a big mess to clean up. A huge regret in many ways. But what folks have to realize is we do need to transition to a better energy economy. We have the skills here. We have the people who are energy experts. It's not going to take much for us to take the bull by the horns and build an economy that's going to work for us, and try to end the battle, which is oil forever, because that's not going to happen. Oil forever is just not going to happen. It's just impossible. And so I think just some of those issues, so healthcare, anti-poverty, anti-racism, and rebuilding our economy and transitioning to a diversified Alberta, a better Alberta, jobs for everyone, skill jobs for everyone, is something that I haven't heard one person who wears a blue shirt in Alberta stand up and say yet. So I'm here to say it.